Hi, myself Pooja Bak, Assistant Professor of GKCM of GIS Group, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. Here you will find the details of my contact information, and I have developed a Facebook page where regular updates regarding this course are available time to time. Hello everyone. In this session, I am going to discuss about binary phase shift keying technique. So the definition of binary phase shift keying technique. So it is the most efficient of three digital modulation such that ASK, FSK, P and PSK, and hence binary phase shift keying is used for high bit rates. In BPSK, phase of sinusoidal carrier is changed according to the data bit to the transmitted. Also, a polar energy signal is used to represent the digital data coming from digital source. So this is the definition of binary phase shift keying technique. Now let's see the waveform of BPSK. So here I am taking the digital data like this: 101101. If I have to present my digital data in unipolar energy format, I know 0 is represented by 0 and 1 is represented by plus 1 volt. So I will convert this unipolar energy data into polar energy data. In polar energy, 1 is represented by plus 1 and 0 is represented by minus 1. So I converted this unipolar energy format into polar energy format. Now I will take a carrier signal which is high frequency. If I multiply polar energy format with this high frequency carrier signal, then so when I have 1 is multiplied by cos omega t, then I will get cos omega t. Here 0 is multiplied by cos omega t means minus 1 is multiplied by cos omega t. So here 0 means the minus 1 is multiplied by cos omega t. So I will get minus cos omega t. And here 1 is multiplied by cos omega t. So I will get cos omega t. Here again 1 is multiplied by cos omega t. So I will get cos omega t. And now 0 is multiplied by cos omega t means minus 1 is multiplied by cos omega t. So I will get minus cos omega t and so on. Now I can represent minus cos omega t as cos omega t plus pi. So minus cos omega t is represented by minus cos omega t is represented by cos omega t plus pi. and cos omega t is represented by cos omega t plus 0. So when I have 1, it means I have cos omega t plus 0. When I have 0, then phase change to cos omega t plus pi. So phase change to 0 to pi. Now the output modulated signal represented like this. So whenever I have transition from 1 to 0 and 0 to 1, I have pi shift in the phase. So whenever I have transition from 1 to 0, here the phase was shifted from 0 to pi, and whenever I have transition from 0 to 1, then phase shift from pi to 0. So this is the waveform of binary phase shift keying technique. Okay, now let's see the expression for BPSK. In binary phase shift keying technique, the binary symbols 1 and 0 modulate the phase of the carrier. So let us assume that the carrier is given as ST equal to A cos 2 pi FCT. Here A represents peak value of sinusoidal carrier. For the standard 1 ohm load resistor, the power dissipated would be P equal to 1 by 2 A square. So A equal to root over 2P. So now put this value in this equation. So for symbol 1, it will be S1T equal to, now put this value of A, which is root over 2P. So S1T equal to root over 2P cos 2 pi FCT. If next symbol is 0, then we have for symbol 0, and we have S2T equal to root over 2P cos 2 pi FCT plus pi. Because cos now the symbol is 0, and 0 means the phase change is 0 to pi. So S2T equal to root over 2P cos 2 pi FCT plus pi. And now cos theta plus pi, the formula of cos theta plus pi is equal to minus cos theta. So here applying this formula, so cos 2 pi FCT plus pi will be minus cos 2 pi FCT. So S2T equal to minus root over 2P cos 2 pi FCT. Okay. So S1T is root over 2P cos 2 pi FCT, and now S2T equal to minus root 2P cos 2 pi FCT. With the above equation, we can define BPSK signal combinedly as ST equal to BT root over 2P cos 2 pi FCT. So BT equal to plus 1 when binary 1 is to be transmitted, and -1 when binary 0 is to be transmitted. So here for symbol 1, S1t equal to root over 2p cos 2 pi fct, and for symbol 0, S2t equal to minus root 2p cos 2 pi fct. So we may write both equation like St equal to Bt root over 2p cos 2 pi fct. So Bt is the sign which is +1 or -1. +1 when binary 1 is to be transmitted, and -1 when binary 0 is to be transmitted. So this is the expression of BPSK signal. Okay. Now let's see the generation of BPSK. BPSK signal may be generated by applying carrier signal to a balanced modulator. So BPSK signal may be generated by applying carrier signal to a balanced modulator. The binary data signal 0s and 1 is converted into energed polar signal by an energed encoder, and here the polar signal Bt is applied as a modulating signal to the balance modulator. Okay. So here the binary data sequence which is converted to the polar energized signal, and now this polar energized signal Bt and the carrier signal, both signals are applied to the product modulator, and then we will get the binary phase shift keying signal, BPSK signal. And in this table we see that when binary 0, when input digital signal is binary 0, then the binary energy signal Bt will be -1, then output signal will be minus root over 2p cos omega c t. And when input digital signal is binary 1, then bipolar energy signal Bt will be +1, and then output signal will be plus root 2p cos omega c t. So this is the generation of BPSK signal. Okay. Now I will see the reception of or coherent detection of BPSK signal. So this is the block diagram of BPSK signal, and we know the BPSK signal St equal to Bt root over 2p cos 2 pi fct. So the signal undergoes the phase change depending upon the time delay from transmitter end to receiver end. So this phase change is usually to a fixed phase shift in the transmitted signal. So let us consider that this phase shift is theta. Because of this, the signal at the input of the receiver can be written as St equal to Bt root over 2p cos 2 pi fct plus theta. So theta is the phase change. Now, from the received signal, a carrier is separated. because this is coherent detection, and as shown in this figure, the received signal is allowed to pass through a square law device. So at the output of the square law device, we get a signal which is given as, so it will be the cos square 2 pi fct plus theta. Because it is a square law device, so it will be the square form of output. So output is the square form. So it will be cos square 2 pi fct plus theta. Okay. So here it may be noted that we have neglected the amplitude. And since we are only interested in the carrier of signal, so we know the formula of cos square theta. So cos square theta equal to 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. So cos square 2 pi fct plus theta will be 1 plus cos 2 into 2 pi fct plus theta by 2, applying this formula. So it will be 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 cos 2 into 2 pi fct plus theta. So here 1 by 2 represents the DC level, and the signal is then allowed to pass through a band pass filter. So the signal is now allowed to pass through a band pass filter whose pass band is centered around 2 Fc. So band pass filter, actually the band pass filter removes the DC level of 1 by 2. And in this equation 1 by 2 is the DC level and band pass filter remove this. So then we obtain cos 2 pi fct plus theta. So after removing the DC level, the output of band pass filter is cos 2 into 2 pi fct plus theta. Okay. Now the signal is having frequency equal to 2 Fc. Hence, it is passed through a frequency divider by 2. So now it is passed through a frequency divider by 2. Thus, at the output of frequency divider, we get a carrier signal whose frequency is Fc. So it will be cos 2 pi fct plus theta, because the frequency divider which is divided by 2, so it will be cos 2 pi fct plus theta. The synchronous demodulator multiplies the input signal and the recovered carrier. Okay. Now this synchronous demodulator multiplies the input signal and recovered carrier. So the output of the multiplier will be Bt root 2p cos 2 pi fct plus theta into cos 2 pi fct plus theta. So it will be Bt root 2p into cos square, because cos 2 pi fct plus theta is 2 times, so it will be cos square 2 pi fct plus theta. Okay. So Bt root 2p into 1 by 2 1 plus cos 2 into 2 pi fct plus theta. Cos because the cos square 2 pi fct plus theta is 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 into cos 2 into 2 pi fct plus theta. So 1 by 2 is common here. So it will be 1 by 2 into 1 plus cos 2 into 2 pi fct plus theta. This is cos square 2 pi fct plus theta. So after solving this, it will be bt root p by 2, because root 2 by 2, it's 1 by root 2. So root p by 2 into 1 plus cos 2 into 2 pi fct plus theta. Okay, now the signal is then applied to the bit synchronizer and integrator. Okay, so the integrator integrates the signal over the 1 bit period, and the bit synchronized takes care of starting and ending times of a bit. So the kth interval, so in the kth interval we can write output like S0 KTB, where TB is the bit duration. So S0 KTB, K is the kth interval, equal to B into KTB root over P by 2 integration of K minus 1 into TB to KTB 1 plus cos 2 pi fct plus theta into dt. So after integrator, so it is the integrating form. So, and this is the, now it is kth interval, and TB is the time period, bit duration. Sorry, TB is the bit duration. And so now here small t equal to now KTB. So S0t means S0 KTB equal to B of KTB root over P by 2 integration of K minus 1 into TB to KTB into 1 plus cos 2 pi fct plus theta into dt. So the equation gives the output of an interval for kth bit. Hence, integration is performed from K minus 1 into TB to KTB. Here TB is 1 bit period, and we can write the above equation like S0 KTB equal to B into KTB root over P by 2 integration of K minus 1 into TB to KTB of 1 dt, and plus integration of K minus 1 into TB to KTB into cos 2 pi fct plus theta into dt. So now after solving this equation, it will be like this. So where integration K minus 1 into TB to KTB cos 2 into 2 pi fct plus theta into dt equal to 0. So since average value sinusoidal waveform is 0, if integration is done over full cycles, so we can write above equation as S0 KTB equal to B into KTB root over P by 2 integration of K minus 1 into TB to KTB 1 dt plus 1 dt. So now this form, this cos 2 pi fct integration of cos 2 pi fct plus theta into dt is now 0. So now S0 KTB will be this, and after solving this it will be B into KTB root over P by 2 t, which limit is K minus 1 into TB to KTB. Okay. So now solving this equation, which limit is K minus 1 into TB to KTB. So it will be S0 KTB equal to B into KTB root over P by 2 into KTB. Put this value which is KTB, minus of K minus 1 into TB. So it will be B into KTB root over P by 2 TB, because KTB minus KTB will be out. So it will be BKTB root over into root over P by 2 into TB. So the last equation shows that the output of the receiver depends on input. So S0 KTB is proportional to B of KTB. So depending upon the value of B KTB, the output S0 KTB is generated in the receiver. So the output of the receiver depends on the input. So the signal is then applied to a decision device which decide whether the transmitted symbol was 0 or 1. Okay. So this is the overall coherent detection of BPSK signal, and this is very important in BPSK. Okay, and now I will talk about the geometrical representation for BPSK signal. So we know BPSK signal carries the information about two symbols. These symbols are symbol 0 and symbol 1. So we can represent BPSK signal geometrically to show the two symbols. So BPSK signal is expressed as ST equal to BT root over 2P into cos 2 pi FCT. So let us arrange the last equation as ST equal to BT root over PTB into root over 2 by TB cos 2 pi FCT. So we may write this equation like this. So here phi 1t, which is root over 2 by TB into cos 2 pi FCT, represents an orthonormal carrier signal, and it also gives the equation for carrier, and it is slightly different than phi 1t defined here. So now ST will be BT root over PTB phi 1t, because phi 1t is root over 2 by TB cos 2 pi FCT. So put this value phi 1t. So it will be ST equal to BT root over PTB phi 1t. So the beat energy EB is defined. Now the beat energy EB is defined in terms of power P and beat duration TB. So EB equal to PTB. So now ST equal to plus minus root over EB phi 1t, because PTB is EB. So put this value. So it will be root over plus minus root over EB phi 1t. Okay. So now this plus minus is simply the BT. Mane this BT is represented by plus minus 1. So thus on the single axis of phi 1t, there will be 2 points. One point will be located at plus root PTB or plus root EB, and other point will be located at minus root PTB or minus root EB. So this is shown in this figure. So one point is plus root over EB and the other point is minus root over EB. And at the receiver end, the point plus root EB on phi 1t represents the symbol 1 and minus root over EB represent symbol 0. And the separation between these 2 points presents the isolation in symbols 1 and 0 in BPSK signal. And this separation is generally called distance D. So, the distance between these 2 points is D equal to plus root over EB minus root over EB. So, the difference between these 2 points will be 2 root over EB plus root over EB minus into minus, so plus root over EB, so it will be 2 root over EB. So the distance is 2 root over EB. So this is the geometrical representation of BPSK signal. Now let's see the power spectral density of BPSK signal. So this is the waveform of power spectral density, where clearly shows that there are 2 lobes, one at FC and other at minus FC. So the amplitude of the lobes are PTB by 2. So this is the power spectral waveform where 2 lobes are seen, that one is plus FC, another one is minus FC, and the amplitude which is PTB by 2. Okay. And now see the bandwidth. And the spectrum of the BPSK signal is centered around the carrier frequency FC. So if B equal to 1 by T, frequency equal to 1 by time period, if B equal to 1 by TB, then for BPSK, the maximum frequency in the baseband signal will be FB as shown in this figure, and the main lobe is centered around the carrier frequency FC and extends from FC minus FB to FC plus FB. So therefore, the bandwidth of BPSK will be the highest frequency minus the lowest frequency in the main lobe. So it will be highest frequency the FC plus FB minus of the lowest frequency FC minus FB. So it will be 2FB. And the minimum bandwidth of BPSK signal is equal to twice of highest frequency contained in baseband signal. Okay. Now let's see the advantages and disadvantages of BPSK signal. Okay. The system is simplest and it has more power efficiency. And binary phase shift keying technique has a very good noise immunity. So BPSK has the best performance of all three digital modulation technique in presence of noise, because it has a very good noise immunity. And number 3, it yields the minimum value of probability error, because if the distance d increases, then isolation between the symbol in BPSK signal is more, so the probability of error reduces. So if distance increases, then probability of error reduces. So in BPSK, minimum value of probability error. Now let's see the disadvantages. It has low bandwidth efficiency. Yeah, it has low bandwidth efficiency, which is 2 FB, and it is used in low speed communication because it's have a low bandwidth efficiency. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of BPSK signal. So in this video lecture, I have discussed about BPSK and its waveform and its generation and coherent detections also. And I hope that you have understood this session. And thank you so much for watching this video.